Hello, everybody. Today we're going to talk about pronunciation for paper 3, and this is very important because it relates to your oral examination. Today we're going to focus on the basic, which is on pronunciation, and we're going to focus on a few letters over here. You start with the letter B, D, F, H, J, K, L, P, R, S, and V. That is when you say them as an alphabet. But now you are pronouncing them as B, D, F, H, K, L, P, R, S, and V. So you have to take note when you pronounce them. Next, you start with B. B is very important, and you take a look there. You look at a slab of butter. So we're going to practice with B. Betty bought a bit of butter, but she found the butter bitter. So Betty bought a bit of better butter to make the bitter butter better. Remember, throughout this video, you can always stop halfway, press the pause button, and try it yourself. Of course, it wouldn't be much fun if you didn't try it yourself, wouldn't it be? So it's time, try it now. Okay, let's move on. D. Do drop in at the dewdrop ink. That's simple enough. Next. Oh, what's that? Oh, it's a phone fire and one dropped down. So basically here, 4 furious friends fought for the phone. It's very important to take note that the PH sound in this case is pronounced as the F sound, which is that's why you have the phone. Okay, next. Sound. How was Harry hastened so hurriedly from the heart? J sound. J. James just jostled Jean gently. In this case, you see the letter G is actually pronounced as J. Okay? Instead of the J sound. So both J and G, the letter G, can be considered as J sound. Jack the jailbird jacked a jeep. In this case, that's a pretty yellow jeep. And Jack in this case means steal or stole in past tense. K sound. My cutlery cuts keenly and cleanly. So you be very clear about this. Clear. Next. L sound from the letter L. Literally, literally. Larry sent a letter later. Lucy lingered looking longingly for her lost lapdog. So cute. Okay, let's move on. P sound. P. Pat the cake, baker's man. So I will muster as fast as I can. Pat it and prick it and mark it with T. Put it in the oven for Tommy and me. P sound. Tongue twister. Tongue twister is very interesting. The idea here is to read it accurately but not rapidly. If you read it rapidly but it sounds horrible, it will be horrible. So let's start. Peter Piper packed a pack of pickled peppers. Did Peter Piper pick a pack of pickled pepper? If Peter Piper picked a pack of pickled peppers, where's the pack of pickled pepper Peter Piper picked? There you go. Now it's time to stop and practice this. Okay, let's move on. R sound. Round the rugged rocks, the ragged rascal ran. Reading and writing are richly rewarding. And you see the bear, and you see the cute girl with gigantic eyes reading. From the letter S. 6 thick thistle sticks. The shrew sold Sarah 7 silver fish slices. Sister Susie sat on the seashore sewing shirts for sailors. And there you go, you got sailor girl and sailor boy, but sailor, yeah. Next, T. 10 tame tadpoles tucked tightly in a thin, tall tin. And that is a tadpole. Well, the leg's coming out. Well, it's going to be a frog soon. 2 toads, totally tired, trying to trot to Tewkesbury. And another tongue twister. And if you have guessed it, it belongs to, or is related to, the toad. A tree toad loved a she toad who lived up in a tree. He was a 2-toed tree toad, but a 3-toed one-toed was she, but the two-toed, three-toed tried to win the three-toed, she-toed heart, for the two-toed, three-toed loved the ground that the three-toed, three-toed trod. But the two-toed, three-toed tried in vain. He couldn't please a wimp from a three-toed bower. With her three-toed power, the she-toed battled him. Try it. It's quite fun actually. Next. V. And it has something to do with the flower in the background. And if you can guess it correctly, it'll come out in the second sentence. Let's go to the first sentence first. Vincent vowed vengeance very vehemently. Okay. Next one. Vera valued the valley violets. If you have guessed it, it's violets. Next. This is very important. You the K sound, the T sound, and the TH sound. So your job is to pronounce these words prominently. Very important because they keep appearing. Like when you don't want it, they appear. When you want it, they appear. So they appear anywhere and everywhere. Well, look at this. It's appearing again. To read the K, T, and TH sounds in a given passage. Or we shall see in the next slide. K sound. Bank, rank, tank, blank, flank. If you notice and you do hear the K sound representing the K is pronounced as K, where it's only air coming out. But you need to mention the K sound. Sink, kink, link, pink, mink. Blink, brink, drink, stink, rink. Dock, mock, flock, clock, shock. Pick, brick, lick, click, flick. Back, pack, black, whack, stack. With a K sound. T sound. Whoa, what's that? Well, you can see later. Cat, hat, rat, bat, fat. If you notice, sound is very important. And that belongs to T sound. Rent, land, bent, tent, vent. Boat, coat, float, goat, moat. Acrobat, aristocrat, bureaucrat, babysat, advocates. So you realize there's an E there, but you pronounce with a T sound. Advocates. See? TH sound, which you pronounce as It's just air coming out. Using your two front tooth, try to blow air in between the two teeth. Monthly, bathroom, ruthless, arithmetic, mathematics. These, Theresa, thermometer. If you realize in the first column, which is to your left, all the TH sound is in the middle. Monthly. So you can pronounce them right in the middle. If you see on the right column, you will actually see the TH sound at the front. The. So you can realize that actually they can be anywhere at the front, the middle, at the back. And this lovely lady, her name is Mother Teresa. Lovely lady, isn't she? The TH sounds in phrases. Under the weather, one or the other, bothersome bathing, featherweight father, rhythmic hum of the thornbill, either this or that. That was then, this is now. If you realize the beautiful birds on the right on a branch, guess what's the name? You can find it in the list given on the left. If you have guessed it, it's called a thornbill. There you go, you love a new word for a new kind of bird. Okay, the TH sounds for sentences. The fact is that he is the threat to the fatherland. He has to be interrogated thoroughly. And that is your suspect. The K, T's, and the TH sounds all at once. If you think you are safe from thievery, think again. Most thieves occur within 3 kilometers of the victim's home. People often venture into the streets without giving their valuables a second thought. They leave things out in the open where thieves can easily spot them. Items worth thousands of dollars can be stolen in a tenth of a second. So be thoughtful. Only you can thwart this terrible crime. Watch your things carefully. Thieves do. Well, you can try this now. It's quite cool actually. It'll be highlighted for you, so you should be able to spot them and you can try your best. Okay, you should pause here. If you're not pausing, it's time to move on. The K, T, and TH sounds, and it's time for you to show off. Even though my father is a weatherman, he can't predict with absolute certainty whether it will rain or not. Neither can the other people who work with him. They say there's only a 30% chance of rain, and the next thing you know is pouring. They predict snow and there's nothing for another 5 days. And then there's blizzard. So rather than trust my father's weather forecast, I use a more reasonable approach. I ask my mother. Now it's time for you to show off. Remember to keep this in mind, that when you read, it's very, very important that you should read with accuracy. Not with speed, but accuracy. Even if you read very fast, but you do not pronounce each word clearly, it will sound totally horrible. Okay, it's time for you to show off. And with that, I'd like to end today's lesson on pronunciation. And thank you for your time, and goodbye.